Just getting a bit of extra height here, folks. Yeah, I'm just in the middle of just, yeah, like when I've been away, like I told you I've been away. One of the first things I usually do is start making a few bowls, because I find them very kind of relaxing and easy to make. I can sort of do them almost like I'm in my sleep. And it's really nice just to be back on this wheel of mine here, my kick wheel, my treadle wheel, because I love it here with the door open, because it's sunny. The bees are out there, the birds are tweetering away, and so the silence of the wheel, I find it very contemplative or meditative. So these are just some simple bowls. They're not actually GP bowls. They are sort of bowls that I'm going to trim afterwards. In fact, with these ones, I'm just going to once fire them, and so I'm going to have to get some glaze on them and decorate them fairly quickly and get them dry, and they'll be finished. And that's one of the things I like about once firing, is that you don't have this awful lag, or like if you're bisque firing everything, you've got to dry it all, you've got to bisque it, then it's hanging around in your studio, then you've got to get around to glazing it. You lose the rhythm of the moment, of the making. You start with an inspiration, but then you have got to stop, and then you've got to pick up that inspiration later, maybe a week or 2 weeks later, after everything's been bisque fired. And there's a bit of a disconnect sometimes between when you start the pot and when you actually finish the pot. I don't know if anybody out there is relating to what I'm saying, but I find sometimes I want to make the pot and finish it and carry it through to completion, all within a much shorter space of time, and that's where once firing is great, So anyway, these guys that's what I plan to do with them. Just a half a dozen bowls, it's just to... I'm not throwing them to any kind of gauge, So they're sort of relaxing, aren't they? They're about 20 ounces in weight, and I say 20 ounces, 20 ounces, they're 19 or 20 ounces. Even that I'm not being too fussy about, I've been away a lot, and we've been working on different electric wheels out in California and Arizona and Washington, and so it's just nice to be back on my old treadle wheel. So I'm getting these off. I'm just going to lift them off, you see, very easily. And the secret, of course, is get your fingers, get them dry, and you can get underneath them, you see. I've got another lump here. So we'll put the next one down on this end of the board over here, on the other side. Yeah, this last week we just came back from Seattle. Well, we did a 4-day workshop up there in Snohomish, which was a good experience, and we made some friends up there. So big hi to all those up there: Brian, Rich, Joel, Larry, Judy, all those up there at the Bruning Pottery. But now we're back here in Pennsylvania. Dee, dee, dee. I'm feeling kind of relaxed. Sometimes, you know, you just, you know, you have a relaxing day, don't you? Or you just feel relaxed. I don't feel under any pressure. I'm not feeling hassled by anything particularly, you know. I just sort of thought, well, let's open up the door here, let in the nature, and let's just throw some clay and see what happens, you know. I mean, I'm sort of just playing around. I'm not really. I'm feeling, as I say, I'm feeling very relaxed, and I think you make better pots, you know, when you feel a bit more like that. I suppose it's like anything, isn't it? If you feel hassled on all fronts, you're never really going to be at your best. So what I like about this kind of wheel is the quietness of it, but also there's a rhythm. There's a rhythm. You see, my leg is going up and down like this, and you know, it's like breathing. It's like your heart beating. It's la la la. Yeah, so these I'm not making them to a gauge or anything, you see. They're just very. I'm going to probably play around with them a bit, you know, do some different decorative treatments. La la la. I actually, a friend of mine gave me a bowl which I rather liked. I'll show it to you. And yeah, so they're kind of loosely. In fact, I may do a bit of hackamy like he's done, you see, on this bowl. And it's a rather nice bowl. He gave it to me, and my good friend Greg, who is out in Korea. In fact, I don't know if he made it in Korea. He might have done. But you see, it's got the hackamy swirl on it. Do you like that? I like that. I like that sort of loose flowing. It's like, it reminds me of like the sea being all stirred up, or the wind blowing, you know. And I kind of like the way he's trimmed the foot on this. So I may try to emulate it, you know, copy it. Yeah, copy. I'll try and copy it. It won't be the same, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's the seed of inspiration, isn't it? It's the seed thought. Do you ever get that feeling, you know, you see something and you think, God, I want to go and try that. I want to have a go at that. Yeah. You know, and it starts as a seed, isn't it? But it grows. So go gather some seeds. And anyway, these are going to be like something along that, loosely following this sort of thought. So, this guy, did I cut him off? Can't remember if I cut him off. If you didn't remember whether you cut him off or not, then maybe cut him off again. Not a bad idea. Because if he's not cut off, of course, you try and pull him off the wheel, he's going to be all pulled out of shape. So there we are. See, these are 20 ounces each. These bowls we just made, and yeah, join me as I fiddle around with them. I'm going to have to get these finished fairly quickly, though. You see, because of what I was saying, because I've got to apply the glaze before they dry. You see. So the next thing is I'll trim them, maybe decorate them, or do something to the surface, and then I will dip them in this glaze, which has quite a lot of clay in it, and also wood ash. It's a very simple glaze. Yeah, sometimes it works quite well. Okay, folks. Well, once again, thank you for joining us, and stop by again. Until then, keep practicing. See you soon. Bye bye.